Salakia, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to you. How Bashim, how Shai Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brother. Living up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, how Shai, Reverend may be. Mr. Akim Mahaloya coming back with another lesson. Lord, really be edifying. Title of this lesson is called He is Feeble Among Them, should be as David. In the house of David should be as God. Okay, talking about in that day when we get that angelic strength, those angelic bodies, that spiritual power, and really going into the kingdom of heaven when we're transformed into something else, like the scriptures say that we're going to be transformed into the glorious body of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing it. All right, because the scriptures say that we don't know what we should be, but we should be changed in a twinkling of an eye. I was meditating on that because the brother from the Bay Area, from the Bay Camp, he uploaded these videos with the spiritual powers and the superheroes, and you always have the brothers commentating on it as far as the scriptures and reference into what the brother uploaded, which is very powerful video, got me amped, put me in a good spirit this morning. And I was just thinking like, damn, we're really gods on this earth, and this is the reason why Esau Edom is coming up with all these particular illnesses and these so-called conspiracies to do away with our power, because everything in this planet, or everything on this planet earth, is in reference to the Israelite man's body, his makeup, his genetic makeup. Because if you look at the 5 major elements of the planet earth, we have those in our body. Okay, the 5 most powerful elements of the planet earth is within the human body, mainly the Israelite man. All right, and Esau knows this, and this is the reason why he keeps us dumbed down. This is the reason why you have porn. This is the reason why you have reality shows, sports. Okay, with sports, brothers watch sports, but too much sports can consume your mind. Video games, all these things. Everything that this devil set up, just know it was for evil against the children of Israel, man. All right, even with our women are pretty much stifled by reality shows, okay, and they are far from reality. Look at our kids, our children. They have to get inoculate, upon going to school as kids. These things have been a systematic design to destroy us, man, because Esau do not want us coming into our full potential. But it's not of him, it's of the spirit. Because the Lord, when he activates us and he hit that switch, ultimately there's nothing Esau can do. No amount of drugs, no amount of poisoned water, no amount of polluted air he sprays down on population is not going to do anything to Israelite men. Because once again, it says the feeble of them should be like David in that day. And the scriptures say that Saul killed his thousands and David's his 10,000s. Okay, because David had the strength of a god, because he was a god. Psalms 82:6, ye are gods, but ye should die like men. Okay, because hey, we're in this flesh. This flesh is decay, and this flesh is the result of sin. And the wages of sin is death. So eventually your body dies off. But in this day and age, you're going to have majority of the men in the Lord that's not going to kill thought, because it says some of you that standing here this day should not taste death. Okay, and Lord's will, I'm one of those men that don't see the grave on this side, because we all died before. We all been buried throughout the different lifetimes, etc. Because reincarnation is in fact biblical. Like some people, they even had some shows that certain children or certain people knew exactly where they were buried at in the past. They went to their old grave site, and they went to the place that they were born, or I mean not born but died, and they knew this. Oh, this is me 400 years ago, or this is me 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And they know exactly where they were buried at, man. Because the Lord give them, sometimes he opens up that understanding, and sometimes they have that connection, like deja vu. Sometimes brothers have deja vu, which it's speculated that it can be a flash from your past life, but I have no definitive proof on that. It just was speculated. We really don't know where this shit come from. Could be, but overall, man, we're gonna be as the Most High in that day. Baby, I call us baby Most Highs, man. You're gonna be like Yahweh Shai. Okay, basically Yahweh Jr. is running around here, man, with the spiritual power. Because in the kingdom, we're gonna have all the attributes of a human. We're gonna breathe, we're gonna eat, we're gonna have sex, we might shit. I don't know. I don't really go that in depth to it. You know what I'm saying? But our bodies are going to be perfect. They're going to be filled with the right ingredients, with the right elements. So therefore, you have a bowel movement, whatever. You're not, and it's simple, but you ain't funking up the whole goddamn living room, man. You know, because your body is going to be purely clean. You're going to put all clean and alkaline products in your body. And that's if you want to eat, because we're going to have the strength of angels. Like it says, Yahweh Shai was just a little bit under the angels. It said he was just a little bit under the angels, but he was known as the Son of Man. But in that day, we're going to be above the angels, because really we have more power than angels right now. Believe it or not, we have more power. We're over the angels, but right now we're the ones that have been chosen to come down to planet Earth to fulfill this damn near impossible task, man. And the only way we're going to prevail through it is having faith in that name, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, which a lot of you men, you don't push that name. All right? So, you know, when I think about all the hell I catch, I look on the flip side like, wait a minute, but we get ready to get everlasting life. We're getting ready to get everlasting life. We're getting ready to get spiritual abilities. Our children are going to be able to do things with their minds, man. Okay? Like it tells you, it says that the kids should play with the poison serpent and put their hands in the cockatrice's den. Those are poison serpents, man. Only spiritual power will be able to tame something like that. Because now if you play with a poison serpent, it will get jacked up. It'll kill you, man. You know? So, hey, fret not, brothers, because, hey, David, he killed tens of thousands of men. Okay? Tens of thousands of men. And it says the feeble among them, meaning just a basic, typical Israelite. I'm talking about a young Dolph type nigga in the kingdom gonna have great power, though he's not gonna be on a level of the elect, because it says in the house of David should be as the most high. We're the house of David. We're gonna be as God, as the power, man. Okay? Once again, I'm gonna quote the scripture. It says that our body should be fashioned after the Lord's glorious body. That superhuman body, that body that can't die, that body that doesn't it's not gonna bleed, man. You know what I'm saying? Women ain't gonna, I don't think women are gonna have menstrues. I'm not sure. Because, you know, now the woman, the Most High gonna take away that curse. Okay, yeah, women, you know, Lord gonna take away that curse. Because those menstrual cramps, that's a sign of a curse, man. You know what I'm saying? Women bleed every month, but also it proves she can have children, because that's that egg being released every month. Now in the kingdom, I don't know how it's gonna be. I don't know how the Lord is gonna exactly do away with that. I'm not sure. I gotta research the scriptures again and really go over it, because I remember I went into it a while back, but it's just I can't really recollect right now. But regardless, we're gonna be cleaned up, and I'm just assuming that the woman won't have to go through that harsh birth pains anymore, bleeding every damn month. It wouldn't make sense if the Lord keep that curse on them forever, because I mean technically they're cleaned up and they're perfect now, so it wouldn't be need to plague them with that type of hell every month. Okay, so it makes sense. But regardless of that, man, you know, we're gonna be able to do magnificent things. So Esau can't do nothing with us. Like when he comes in with his military and he comes in with his fucking robots, like Esau got killer robots out there. He got killer this bot called the Eater, which they came out with back in like 2011, 2012. Basically, it's a bot, and it's like a big garbage disposal with teeth, and they're deployed on a battlefield, and that way eats all the dead carcasses. But now he's upgraded. Esau have robots that can really shoot and flip and run up walls. So how the hell you think we're gonna be able to do something with that if we're just regular flesh and blood mortals? We're gonna get destroyed, man. You can't even do nothing with a fucking pit bull right now. So the Lord gonna have to elevate us, because if he does it, that would make his word a lie. And we know that it says, scripture say the Lord, it's impossible for the Lord to lie, man. It's impossible for him to sin. So with this left hand energy magnifying themselves over the righteous truth, hey man, the Lord got to raise up that right hand, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, he's southpaw all day, so the Lord gonna raise up that orthodox fighter, and he gonna put hands on that left hand fighter, man. You know, and honestly, southpaw fighters are some of the hardest people to beat. It's real awkward when you're an orthodox boxer, you right-handed, and you fight a man that's left-handed. That's the most awkward shit. A lot of times you end up headbutting a lot because the stances are completely opposite, man. So that's why a lot of times if you are a prolific southpaw fighter and you're a great orthodox fighter, a lot of times if you can adapt, a lot of times you will train southpaw. Like me, for example, I can fight southpaw or orthodox, man, on both sides, because that's the way, you know what I'm saying, I was trained. But regardless of it is, Esau being fucking southpaw, the Lord gonna be orthodox, that right hand gonna knock him out, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, through the spirit, brothers, it's finna turn up out here real soon. And I can't wait. I'm just meditating on it, you know? Because we gonna get that power. We're gonna be able to call fire down from heaven. And remember, these were men that did this in a mortal body, like Elijah. He called down fire from heaven, man, and he was a man. He didn't have any angelic body. He didn't have any type of he wasn't jumping out of the outer space. He couldn't go to outer space until the Lord translated him into something else. You know what I'm saying? Until the Lord called him up into the whirlwind, the chariot. Then he changed his body, dematerialized, but he had to get a new body in order to deal with the elements. And we gonna have that body too. Because look at Superman. Superman was able to go in outer space, man. He didn't need no astronaut suits on. He didn't need a spacecraft. He was just able to fly up there to outside of Earth's atmosphere, and he can zip down to the Earth. And we're gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be able to breathe in a different dimension, in a cusp between, or the vacuum between Earth realm and the spirit realm, or the fourth dimension, man. Because when you go to outer space, that's a different dimension. Okay, that's a whole different realm. You're out of Earth's realm, which is our atmosphere. When you go higher, then you become in a different realm. They call it the void or vacuum, so to speak. Okay, outer space or space, it's like a void. It's a different realm. This is why astronauts, they have space suits, man, because their bodies can't really survive out there. It'll break down. Okay, that's why the scriptures say the things of the heavens understand only of the heavens, and the things of the earth understand the things of the earth. Because when you have things from outer space and they come into Earth's orbit, like meteorites and so forth, they burn up. You know, Lord is cold with the elements, how he compacted the elements and he spreaded them out. But anyway, so in that day, in the kingdom of heaven, man, we ain't gonna have a damn thing to worry about. We're gonna use our powers to do things creative. We're gonna create different worlds. We're gonna create businesses. We're gonna create different elements, man. This is just, it's gonna be an everlasting life of joy, and we can't really understand or put our hand around eternity, man. Like, I don't even try to think about it as much today, because you'll bug yourself out trying to think about what eternity really means. You can't fathom it, because your spirit, your mind is bound by earth, by this realm. Okay, it's bounded by the elements of this earth. You're not allowed to think outside that box yet, because our minds are poisoned, man. You know, like Esau said it. He said the average human only used 1/3 of their brain. So just imagine if we use 100% of our brain, we can literally bend and shift of reality here, man. And they showed you that in the Matrix. Like when the little boy, when he was bending a spoon, he said it's the illusion of the spoon bending. Not that it's bending, but it's the illusion. And he made it bend with his mind. Why? Because he was able to use majority of his mindset. And when the Lord unlock our potential, we're going to be able to use the majority of our mind. And in Jacob's trouble, the Lord is going to give us pieces of that, because he said, I'm going to raise up a standard. Okay, so brothers may be doing, it ain't going to be no maybe, brothers going to be doing miraculous things, you know, on a human level, but on a supernatural level. Because like I said, our Lord did it, the disciples did it, okay, Elijah did it, Elisha did it, you know what I'm saying? David did it. It says that David was able to leap over fucking 80-foot buildings, man, walls, flying, like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, when they flip. That's where they get that from. Same thing with one of his captains, one of his garrisons, man. It says that he was able to break a bow of steel with his bare hand. And they showed you that in the Dark Knight movie, when the beginning of it, when Batman was in a parking lot and the dude had the AK-47 and Batman took it, he had a gadget, like a clip on his suit, that he bent it. He didn't bend it with his bare arm, but he had a gadget. But that represents us being able to do that with our bare hands, because he caught it and he looked and he bent it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be able to do that with our minds, man. You know, so it's not gonna be anything to throw fire or to freeze elements. That's gonna be easy, because ice, fire, these are all part of the elements we can control. Because ice is nothing but a derivative of water, so it's nothing to make it froze. Like when Sub-Zero, when he had that ice sword, the icicle, when he froze the motherfucker with his hand, and he created a weapon out of his hand, we're gonna be able to do shit like that. That's why it tells you that we're gonna be shooting sparks and beams out of our hands, man. I believe that's in, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's in Micah, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna be literally shooting rays of light out of our hand. And what's a ray of light? It's like a fucking Kamehameha wave, man. The shit when Goku throw them energy blasts, we're gonna be able to do that. It's weird and crazy as that may sound, it's really not too far-fetched for reality, because they won't put these things in movies, man. They put these things in movies for a reason, because they know that we're going to be able to do it. And they know that the Israelites are gods, and we're going to possess God-like power in the coming days, man. Like the Lord told him, he said, tarry here in Jerusalem and wait for the Holy Spirit to fall upon them. He said, just tarry, just wait. And we're waiting. We're preoccupied, occupied.com. We're waiting on the Lord to give us this power, man. But in the meantime, we're doing the work. We're exercising our godmanship of bringing out these precepts, these scriptures, man. Yep. 1 Corinthians, and I gotta get up out of here, man. But this is 1 Corinthians 15:50 says, now this I say, brethren, the flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. But behold, I show you a mystery. We should not all be asleep, but we should be changed. It's right, because we're going to be transformed. We get beamed up in them ships. This body is going to dematerialize, and we're going to get that angelic body, because this can't go in the ships. It's too powerful. This can't inhabit the ships. The ships is of another element. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing. And hey, I'm glad, because these bodies get sick, they break down. Like, we're literally dying every day. Every day we wake up, we're decaying, man. We're dying. Literally, we're fucking dying here. You know, you can't tell, but in some days it feel like you just want to give up the spirit. Don't give a damn how healthy and how much you work out. You can have the best diet in the world. These bodies they were designed to die off, because they were temporal. All right. Let me see something here. And it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we should be changed. That's right, brothers. Hey, y'all pop precepts, but I got to end it here. All praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Shemi Havashai Bashim Kakwadash. And with that, Shalom and Baba Ball.